Everyone, Zero JD here with the X-Play Fan Channel. I'm here to give you a quick taste of Ys Origin. I had to actually research that, how to figure out how to say it. It actually is like Ys, but saying it quickly, Ys Origin. Before we start, I'm actually going to show you the character select, just to show off, because at the start, there are two characters you play at, and they play differently. This is Unica. She's the one I'm actually using now. She's like close range, kind of using like axes and a sword later on. This is Hugo. I don't like how he plays. It's kind of like a twin stick shooter, but you only have one stick, so you have to orient yourself every time. You have to plant your feet and you have to shoot. So as you can see here, I'm about 2-ish, 3-ish hours in. And point where I'm at right now, I'm kind of stuck, but I don't feel like I'm going to be stuck for long because it's like this weird miasma kind of pops up and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to show you this room. I'm not going to run around it. So we're going to quickly leave. The main story of this game is like, oh hey, humans, kind of like, oh hey, humans were living on Earth or whatever their planet is called, and then demons invaded. So they all went to this giant sort of shrine with two goddesses and left. It floated into the sky to be peaceful. However, the demons started to build a tower to come up. And then to counter this, all of a sudden, well, I guess not to counter it, the goddesses that helped you originally disappeared. So you've been sent back down to explore around the tower. As you're going back down, your little party, which was in a magical bubble, I assume, was split up. And you pick one of the two characters from that party. I'm going to go through some of the menus first, just to show you some basic stuff. Bottom left, it has like all your stats. That blinking blue thing is my sort of focus rage meter. You can see my items, which I have levels on, which are my equipment. That top number bar is my health. Below that is my magic or power for attacks like that. The little purple things on the left are the kind of currency. And you see as I uses my magic. Well, this character specifically says she doesn't have magic. So, save point here. So let's check out the menus quickly. It's got all your normal stuff like equipment. Your inventory, which you actually use some of these items. Like this one will allow you to teleport around. This one specifically allows you to talk back to your home kind of base camp. These scales allow you to breathe underwater or at least stay underwater longer. Save and load. One of the things that they pointed out about this game is that you can actually adjust the blood level in this game. Not really seeing a difference between high and gore. And of course they have their little kind of like, hey, these are the creatures you've encountered and information about all of them, including their original names, strength, defense, how much gold they drop. But just for the basics of this game, you run around the tower, going up levels, occasionally getting a boss. In about 3 hours, I've encountered 2 bosses. The bosses are actually pretty big spectacle, kind of like, hey, this is like a 5 or 6 minute long boss kind of thing. And they have their own kind of like patterns and everything you have to learn. So far, they haven't been super hard. That may just be me personally, but they always have these points where they're running around where you get to avoid attacks and then kind of mellow out for a little bit where you can go and whip on them, or like, oh, a weak point is exposed, so you climb up their arm to attack them. One of them was like a giant centipede, which you ride on it, like you jump onto his back and beat on his scales to kill him. This statue, of course, I'm guessing you could have guessed, is where you save or you actually upgrade stuff. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to upgrade my armor, which uses the gold or purple bits that I've been collecting, and increase the defense I have. So far I've been digging the game. X attacks. And you just go around beating the hell out of stuff. They drop goodies. At the bottom, you'll see like little stat bonuses pop up. That actually comes from the enemies. I actually recently just got this axe. Hey, you have really good air control, by the way. Recently got this axe, and hitting the B button unleashes its special attack. That man is in the lava. Holding B can charge up your attack. There are enemies that have elemental weaknesses. This is kind of like a wind attack. This is lightning. This is fire. I recently got the ability to dash. Oh, gosh. I think this game actually looks fairly pretty for what it is. The frame rate's fairly decent. This is running on an X. Can't say otherwise to how the other systems or the other systems of the Xbox will handle this. So this is essentially the game. You run around. There's a vague story about how Unica here used to visit the goddesses when she was younger and became friends with them. It's actually a point of contention about how little she thinks about her actions before rushing off to try and find them. Excuse me. But the game's been fairly fun so far. I believe I'm about halfway up the tower, but I could see it kind of slowing down as I encounter more enemies that are harder. One thing I do want to mention is I haven't had to grind anything yet. It doesn't feel like I've had to run around just killing monsters continually. Reason I'm kind of backtracking now is to show it off to you, and mostly because I don't know what to do in that area. I've never been stuck particularly long. The game's fairly good about giving you context clues or being like someone, like your character mentions, oh hey, like in that one area, when I picked up those scales before that, I had found an area where I couldn't get through because I couldn't hold my breath long enough. But so the moment when I got the scales, they're like, man, it feels like I can like hold my breath for longer, or I can breathe deeper with these. Kind of like clues, which I actually like in games. There's been some light puzzle solving. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, perfect area. In this particular area, there's these unlit pyres, I want to call them, maybe. I'll go around here. I hate how these little slimes sound, and it should be right here. Again, the game controls amazingly. Like these pyres here, I had just gotten the sword. Well, let's wipe this guy out. And like you have to jump and fire your special attack to light those, and it will actually open up extra areas for you to go into. Like I was saying before, you can actually use the items in your inventory. You select this, and it actually allows you to teleport. So I'm about halfway through this tower. I don't know if there's any areas beyond the tower. I kind of hope that there are, because I'm kind of getting into the game. I'm going to go to the very entrance. The only issue with this game is that the achievements, it's to beat the game each time with a different character. And I don't see myself running through this with an entirely different character I don't really favor kind of thing. But you run around, explore the tower, kill stuff. You're not actually getting equipment and stuff. It's the kind of game where you're upgrading like existing equipment and all that kind of stuff on your character. You start out with an axe. You got a sword later on. I don't actually have any complaints about this game, really. I'm really enjoying it. I just don't see myself playing it over 3 times with to get all the achievements and all that kind of stuff. I might play it again with the third unlockable character, which they actually showed off in a trailer. But the magic guy just does not really sing for me. This is like literally the beginning of the tower, so I'm just running around, kind of just getting them. But it's got no insane difficulty curve. The bosses are like, the art style is pretty great. As you can see, I think what the gore means is like when I kill someone, I can run through their blood. So you gotta just run around, leave little footprints around. This mode that I got actually has a boss speedrun mode that you unlock. I have not unlocked that yet because I don't think I'm sure it'll unload at the end of the game. What I was saying about earlier, you can like check out the characters. Like this is you. Hugo on the right here is the other person you play as. From what I have seen, Epona, which I really enjoyed that. Nodes. Oh, that's funny. It says news and then like blue nodes. So there's like the fire and all that stuff. So I don't know if more pages will unlock. Yeah, look at all these enemies. And I think like these are people that I've met, and oh hey, that's bosses and just stuff like that. And the art is pretty. I don't want to show off the art in the book. Sprite work is pretty. But so far, I'd recommend this game. I'm enjoying it. It's not particularly like combo heavy. Like that's your combos. You can jump, slash down, charge up. When you're in this little focus state, you do more damage. You take less damage. So it's all that kind of fun stuff. My only quip is that, let's say that I'm in an area where, like, hey, I need these water dragon scales. If I have them equipped, you actually physically equip the crystal to use it, to use that exact item. But when I first started playing this game, I was really worried that it would kind of drag on, being like, oh, hey, an entire level is one level, like one level of the tower. So you're like going up would just be a slog of just being boring and all that kind of stuff. But it's not at all. It's actually fun. I enjoyed streaming it when I did earlier. You can check that stream out on our Twitch channel. But I would suggest it. East's Origin. I had to research to figure that out. I am ZeroJD. This was the X-Play Fans channel. Thank you for watching this video. Watch our other videos. Again, East Origin. I'd recommend it. I'm enjoying it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.